What was I doing this time a year ago? Who the plum knows? I remember things, then when I think on them, I can place them. Like a mark on a calendar, things don't hold meaning, or they hold it incredibly rarely. Last year, sleep. Getting it, balancing it, exploring it, and forcing it. The fool's word was astral projection. Lucid dreaming, the layman's. The expert's word is, I never got there. The adept's word, if I could title one to the trip so shortly fallen, brainwalking. Unconscious imaginings crashing under their flimsy weight. An outsider's grounds where creative critique is impossible. I feel it is only fair to call forward the word lighter when thinking about it. Like an empty flint canister that still wishes to melt candle wax. Escaping into night flights with whatever wings it can paint onto any number of eyes hardly seems lighter in a positive sense. A fun little fancy, but if you live there, you'd soon notice how dark the frame inside a head is by its very adjoining. You can say it makes a body light, if you were so inclined, but I remember a very distinct bzzzt that felt more earthly than worldly, and the dullest shackle that refused the thought of anything earthly quicking, malevolently more so than the usual airy birds. Truly, the easiest place to go to say, I found something beautiful, where you wake up in the usual, go up to any place you think about, wind up in, well, it wasn't a usual dream I wound up in. I kindly apologized and woke back out. Places like that turn into thoughts of, pussy didn't even try to conk me. Truly weird wobbly walls and whales that are looked through waxy wisdom, comprised of literally unseeable shapes and form. You almost don't want to wonder what they're wearing is supposed to be. And I've got so little in my life, I think, why not go back? I am a failure after all. Their connotation, not mine. Failures can be good, it is truth. Knowing when the pin will fall, or finding the flaw hidden behind unseen fixes, allowing the sublime of allowing the unforgivable. Freedom to open arms and do things previously believed to be an abecedarian's errand. Trapping taboo thirst, but training tainty trust thrusts through tonal trains of thought. Empty seeking that usually revolves around flying, controlling of things beyond touch, sudden fades to black, brightly lit night scenes, familiar rooms that change into new locales at a degree's turn, sudden violence that cannot be caught in the eyes, and beautiful faces I've never seen. Cliffhanger, a perfect word for the endings of dreams. The starts? Chopped up media res? Racing round curves face first into trash? A devoted demon of not chill? An empty tank? Friend, fumes funneled out of that container garage rubbles ago. There was never more put there. Any liquid that would drain there, dried up morning, noon, and night, just by environmental hazards. It didn't used to occur to me that when others talked about their dreams, they usually meant something they could bring into waking life by monetary means. Houses made of gold instead of auger to fight ogres, and horses running to piss on anything other than their own enemies. This is how people think? Nocturnal emissions of messages to vie for in a big green leaf pit? The realest of dreams come to us through madness when it is sent as a gift of the gods. Does this make me a narcissist? To see joy in my sleep? Reflective surfaces of deep that darkened the longer I stared at them were the only things I could firmly slant to my name for such a long time. I learned the definition of a more fitting constitution instead of narcissist. Machiavellian. It sounds so much worse, but it's right. Like it's wiser to chomp my own nuts, Because the spraying of a dream into a world where the miasma of misery we call people only dream when they drive is not a plot where anything edible can grow besides dressed-down reproach. That's just the way of the world. Real is in sleep, felt like nothing else. Teach me how? The answer to the question is, do it yourself. You have money? Yes, of course. Then the answer becomes, no, do it for me. My guy, you know how easy this Swift is? Actually 5 minutes of work. Even I can manage to find the tools for it. Or do I have to grow it out and hit you in the face with it, building on the myth of free providence and chained calamity in the ruins of a temple? Dreams exist as the alternative to empty slate. What more do you need to be sold? Oh? It requires personal pruning and raising? Then it is impossible for your donkey ass. Fair warning. Who knows what the fuck really happens there?